everybody, it's Jennifer Burgess, and I'm giving you another update on my diary of a first-time mom with twins. Thanks to everybody who's been subscribing. I've had a lot of people subscribe lately, so I really appreciate it. I am 29 weeks and a day, and a lot's happened since the last time I updated, so I'll try to make this as quick as possible. But I've had some frustration, some scares, some frustrations with my doctors and just in general. One time I went to the doctor, he swore up and down everything was okay when I asked him about it because they wanted to do another ultrasound just 2 weeks later. And then he said everything was fine when I asked him about it, and then he called me an hour later to tell me that that the ultrasound tech thought that the fluid around baby A was a little bit low, which of course totally freaked me out. One, because he told me an hour earlier in his office that everything was fine, so that was a little weird. But then two, like, I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know how serious that could be. So I called back and got some clarification the next day because it was driving me crazy, and it turns out, like, I didn't even know what the fluid was. They didn't mean, like, the amniotic fluid. They meant, like, basically the pee, the baby urine. And both of them were in the normal range. It's just that A was lower than B. So if it had been a singleton, they probably never would have said anything about it. And I've been back to the doctor since then. I've had another ultrasound since then, and everything's fine. The fluid is still lower in A than B, but it's still well in the normal range, so should be good there. The other frustration I had is that I took my gestational diabetes screening and the 1 hour test, and they said, no news is good news. If you don't hear back from us in 2 days, then you don't have it. Well, 2 weeks later, I went for my next appointment, and the growth of the babies was so substantial that the ultrasound tech said, do you have diabetes? And I said, well, no, they never called me about it. Well, sure enough, I mean, it didn't mean that I had diabetes, but I had failed the test by 1 point. So no one had called me to tell me this. So the very next day I went in for the 3 hour gestational diabetes test, and I wouldn't wish that test on my worst enemy. I mean, it wasn't torture, but it was pretty close. I mean, it's not fun. I'm sorry, for those of you who've done it, you know what I'm talking about, and for those of you who might have to do it, I'm just going to tell you like it is. You have to fast from the night before. They take your fasting glucose, they prick your finger, then they take a whole vial of blood, then they make you drink another one of those disgusting, sugary, basically like liquid sugar, but it's like higher concentration than the one they do for the 1 hour test. Then you have to come back the next hour and get another vial of blood. The next hour you get another vial of blood, and then finally at the end you get another vial of blood drawn. So it's just really getting stuck in the same spot. I don't have very good veins, so there was just basically one that they just kept sticking over and over, and so that kind of hurt. And it made me really nauseous to drink that sugar liquid stuff with nothing else on my stomach. The twins loved it, though. As soon as I had it, they were like bouncing off the walls. They were jacked up. They were on it like a spider monkey. But anyways, so the twins liked it, but I was nauseous. But the results came back. The doctor himself actually called me to give me the results, and he did apologize that they had not had the best communication with me lately. So I'm glad that I'm on their radar, because I was disappointed that the past 2 times I've gone, I've had some miscommunications, or basically lying or not calling me about results. So those are those 2 things. But the babies are doing great. The boys gained a pound each in 2 weeks. So I went on April 4th, and I went again on April 19th, and they went from 2 pounds and 2.2 pounds 2 ounces to 3 pounds and 3 pounds 3 ounces. So I'm growing a couple of linebackers in here. And I'm not going to show naked belly on any of my videos because there are a lot of sick people out there. I'm sorry, I'm sure most of you are not sick people. But I will show you a profile of how ginormous the belly has gotten. So that's it. Woo! So yeah, they've grown a lot and I've grown a lot. I'm officially in the 3rd trimester now, so that's exciting. The nursery's coming along. Adam's still working on the painting, and I'm going to do a whole video of that. That's going to be, I can't wait for people to see that. It's going to be really cool. Let's see, what else? Oh, well, so we were pretty sure we had names picked out, and now we're kind of brainstorming a little bit. We still like the original names, and we'll probably use some form of those names, but we've been kind of playing with different combinations of names and potentially introducing a new name for the twins. And it cracks me up how many people are so, like, oh, you can't change the names now. But hey, this is the names they're going to have for the rest of their lives, and they're not even here yet, so we can change them if we want to. So if you're out there and you're thinking about monogramming something, please don't, because we're not set on our names yet. So let's see, what else? Oh, so I think that's about it. That they've grown a lot. My next appointment is on Tuesday. We're getting into the every 2 weeks appointment stuff now. I don't have another ultrasound though. Maybe I'll have one the time after that, but I was just really glad not to have gestational diabetes. I was unaware that it's a hormone-based thing, so my initial thought was like, I work out all the time. I'm a personal trainer and a fitness coach. I work out all the time. I try to eat right. I don't eat as well pregnant as I did before, I'll admit. But, all I could think was, great, like, of all people to have gestational diabetes. But then come to find out that actually it's a hormone-based thing, and it really doesn't have a whole lot to do with your exercise or your eating. That helps treat it or helps keep it under control once you have it, but it's not the cause of it. So anyway, that's just a little tidbit for you. But I think that's it. I know this is longer than I wanted it to be, but everything's good with the twins, and thanks for checking in, and please hit subscribe if you want to hear more. And I also post about fitness and dogs and whatever else. So, and if you like the video, click the like button. Thanks. Bye.